So now we are going to discuss the third topic of 10th Science 2, that is life processes in living organisms part 2. Now here we are going to discuss the sexual reproduction in human being. Now first we'll discuss some questions are given here. We'll discuss this question. Which different hormones control the functions of human reproductive system through chemical coordination? That is, we know testosterone and progesterone, these are the hormones which controls by the chemical coordination. Second question, which hormones are responsible for the changes in human body occurring during onset of sexual maturity? Sexual maturity येण्यासाठी कोणती hormones कारणीभूत आहेत? That is the different hormones, we call it as a gonadotropin releasing hormones. These are called as gonadotropin releasing hormones which are responsible for the changes occur during the sexual maturity. But different hormones आहेत, LH असेल किंवा FSH असेल किंवा ICSH आहेत. These are the different hormones which are responsible for the changes. Why has the government of India enacted the law to fix the minimum age of marriage as 18 in girls and 21 in boys? काय मुलींचं वय 18 आणि पुरुषांचं 21 का? We know the reason, that is up to the age of 18 female is ready to reproduce, and so that it is a minimum age for the marriage in India. If we observe in case of male, that is the different sex chromosomes are present. We know that is in male the sex chromosome are X, Y are the sex chromosome in the male. On the other hand, in female, now this sex chromosome are XX. We know the remaining, actually we know there are the 23 pairs are present. Out of these 23, 22 are autosomes and one is a sex chromosome, and this sex chromosome pair in male it is XY and in woman or in female it is XX. So that in such a way we know the sex of the child is regularly determined by the father only. आपल्याकडे काय आहे, जर स्त्रियांना मुली झाल्या तर बऱ्याच वेळेला स्त्रीला दोष दिला जातो, पण तसं नाही. The sex of the child is determined by the father. So first we'll discuss about the human male reproductive system. First we'll discuss the human male reproductive system. Human male reproductive system consists of testes. Testes, that is TESTES in plural form, and in single form TESTIS. As well as it also contains various ducts such as a urinogenital duct and ejaculatory duct. It also consists of glands such as prostate gland, Cowper's gland, seminal vesicle. These are the accessory glands. Now the testes, that is TESTES, present in skin pouch called as scrotum, which is present outside the body. Now we know why it is present outside the body. That is, we know the body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. At this temperature, the sperm is not formed. So that to form the sperm, the temperature must be less, so that the scrotum is present outside the body. Now, inside the testes contains many tubules. This germinal epithelium means upper layer, epithelial layer in tubules forms sperms. Now, these sperms passed forward by different tubules as retitestes, which are a delicate tubule which carries sperm. Second one is a vas efferens. These arises from retitestes and open into epididymis. In epididymis, where there is a storage and development of sperm takes place. Vas deferens, it is a muscular tube which carries sperm from epididymis to ejaculatory duct. Now what is the meaning of ejaculatory duct? That is, which carries through prostate gland. There are the secretion of seminal vesicle in ejaculatory duct, which is followed by secretion of prostate gland and Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland is also called as bulbourethral gland, which is two pea-shaped gland located beneath prostate gland. Now, the secretion comes in urinogenital duct. Whole fluid is called as semen, which passes through, that is ejaculated through penis. Now, urinogenital duct is common duct for urine and sperm. We know the sperm is male gamete, that is which is formed by the meiosis, that is the haploid number of chromosome. The sperm are produced from maturation, that is from puberty till the death. Human female reproductive system. Now all organs in abdominal cavity, that is the female reproductive organs are present inside the body in the abdominal cavity. It contains a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviduct, a single uterus and vagina. Pea-shaped gland is present to the both sides of the opening of the vagina, called as Bartholin's gland. The function of this gland is to lubricate the vagina, which is homologous to bulbourethral glands in male. Every month, one egg is released, which is released in abdominal cavity, alternatively from each ovary. Now we'll discuss according to the organs. Now first one is the ovary. Ovary, which is oval in shape, each side of uterus. When baby girl is born, lot of immature eggs are present. That is 2 to 4 million immature oocytes are present. After puberty, that is to the age of 10 to 12 years, of each every month, one egg is released from ovary. It is mature egg and the hormone is estrogen, which is responsible of changes in puberty in girls. Now second organ is the oviduct. Oviduct is funnel-like shape and its opening is at center. Eggs enter the oviduct through opening. Due to the presence of cilia, we know what is the use of cilia, that is to push the egg towards uterus. That is, it carries to uterus. Now third organ is uterus, which is a muscular organ which carries baby. It is a strong, expandable. Baby lives here for 9 months of growth, and at the time of delivery, it is pushed down. Now next organ is vagina. It is a muscular tube. The sperm are deposited by penis. Sperm travel upward to uterus and egg meet the sperm. Fertilization takes place at oviduct, that is fallopian tube. Oocytes matures and releases from ovary every month from the beginning of maturity till menopause, that is up to 50 years, near about 50 years. Nowadays, this beginning of maturity is 10 to 11 years also, due to many reasons, that is TV, computer, different media, internet, etc. Menopause means stopping functioning of female reproductive system. Cleanliness is important, otherwise other different diseases of reproductive system also takes place. We know the cervical cancer is also important cause of death in India. Now next step is the fertilization. How the fertilization takes place? That is union of sperm
and ovum takes place to form a zygote. Now here the fertilization is internal. We know the semen which is ejaculated means which is coming out through penis, it is ejaculated in vagina during copulation, that is during the meeting of male and female. This semen is ejaculated in vagina. Now the root of the sperm is vagina, then uterus, then oviduct. Now the number of sperms are in the millions. Out of these millions, only one fertilizes with ovum in oviduct. 2 to 4 million ova present, approximately 400 oocytes are released only, remaining all are degenerated. Next part is development and birth. We know the fertilization takes place in oviduct and form zygote. Now the further mitotic division takes place to form embryo. Now this embryo is pushed towards uterus. Here the implantation and further development of embryo takes place. Now the formation of placenta takes place in the uterus. We know the function of a placenta is for supply of food material. Now here the embryonic development takes place in this uterus, which is completed in 9 months, and then the birth of the baby takes place through vagina.
Now we are going to discuss about the menstrual cycle. Before going to discuss the menstrual cycle, some questions are given. Now we'll discuss some questions. Which hormone is released from pituitary of mother once the fetal development is completed? Complete झालेला आहे अशा वेळी, that is oxytocin. Second question, under the effect of that hormone, which organ of the female reproductive system starts to contract and thereby birth process is facilitated? कोणत्या हार्मोनमुळे बर्थ हा सहज शक्य होतो? That is oxytocin. Menstrual cycle, that is some sort of changes takes place in the body of the female. Now these changes starts from the puberty, that is from the age of 10 to 12. 10 ते 12 वर्षामध्ये पासूनच स्त्रीच्या बॉडीमध्ये, स्त्रीच्या शरीरामध्ये काही चेंजेस व्हायला आपल्याला बघायला मिळतात. Now these changes takes place in the interval of every 28 to 30 days. दर 28 ते 30 दिवसामध्ये हे चेंजेस आपल्याला बघायला मिळतात. Now what is the reason of this? That is 4 hormones are responsible for this menstrual cycle. That is follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, estrogen and progesterone. So that these 4 hormones are responsible for the menstrual cycle. Now I am going to explain this by the diagram. You just observe on the screen.
Menstrual cycle. Female reproductive system undergoes some changes in puberty, that is after the age of 10 to 12, and those changes repeat at the interval of every 28 to 30 days. These repetitive changes are called as menstrual cycle. Now this is a natural process which is controlled by 4 hormones. That is, first one, follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. Second one, luteinizing hormone, LH. Third one, estrogen. Fourth one is progesterone. Now it contains several follicles in ovary. Ovaries start to develop oocyte under control the follicle stimulating hormone. Several follicles in ovary start to develop contains oocyte under the control of follicle stimulating hormones. The developing follicle secretes estrogen. The endometrium, that is inner lining of uterus, start to develop under effect of estrogen. Due to the peak of LH, that is luteinizing hormone, the rupture of Graafian follicle takes place and there is a release of ovum takes place to form the ovulation. The process is called as ovulation. Now we know the oocyte is present. Now this oocyte develops to form primary follicle, again develops to form secondary follicle, again development takes place to form tertiary follicle, again development to form a Graafian follicle. The development takes place to form ovum, which is the peak of LH, that is luteinizing hormone, and there is a rupture of Graafian follicle takes place to form the ovulation. To form the process is called as ovulation. Now the ruptured part of that is the burst follicle of Graafian follicle transform into yellow body called as corpus luteum. Now this corpus luteus starts secretion of progesterone, means endometrium is ready for implantation of embryo. But if there is no sperm, there is no fertilization, so that if there is no sperm, no fertilization within 24 hours, the corpus luteum becomes inactive. It transforms into corpus albicans, so that the secretion of estrogen and progesterone stops completely. Due to absence of two hormones, endometrium starts degenerating. Unfertilized ovum discarded through vagina with continuous bleeding, that is called as menstruation. In this 4 days there is a continuous bleeding takes place called as menstruation cycle. If the embryo is implanted, the cycle is stopped till the parturition and breastfeeding. Women suffer weakness and higher possibility of infection during the menstrual cycle, so that personal hygiene is very important in the menstrual cycle. The diagram of menstrual cycle. Here it shows the changes in the uterus during menstruation. There is 1 to 4 days the period of menstruation takes place, that is the continuous bleeding is present. After 5 to 13 days there is a period of regeneration of endometrium takes place. We know endometrium is inner lining of uterus. 14 to 16 is called as ovulation period. We have already explained what is the meaning of ovulation. Next, after 16 to 26, this is a period of secretion of glands in endometrium. And again 28th the day means the continuous cycle takes place. Hope you understand everything.